Hey folks, this is Ben Jannon, and on this episode of the Sunday Chef, we're going to be exploring hot cocoa. As many of you know, I'm a diabetic, and to all diabetics, sugar is the enemy. As I went to prepare hot cocoa the other day, I noticed the sugar content on one of my favorite was extremely high. So we'll look at the sugar contents of some of the most popular hot cocos, and then I'm going to teach you how to make a homemade hot cocoa with very low or little sugar content in them. So let's get started. These are some of my favorite hot cocos. I don't really want to go into what brands they are, but you can kind of see from their packages who they are. This first one is very popular. They also come in low calorie versions. So it has, on the low calorie, 5 grams of sugar, but on the other brands, or the other regular ones, it's 12 to 18 grams. The other thing, it starts out with its highest content of corn syrup, sugar, and then a whole list of chemicals, blah, blah, blah. The next one was this one here, and it had about 12 grams of sugar, a little bit better tasting and everything like that. But then you get into some of the premium ones. 17 grams of sugar on this one. Now, it starts off with just pure cane sugar, but 17 grams is kind of high. And then my all-time favorite hot cocoa mix was this one, ultra premium, but 25 grams of sugar. Oh my gosh, death. Today we're going to be using some of these ingredients to make our hot cocoa. I went down and picked up some pure cocoa powder, which has 0 grams of sugar. I also have my favorite almond coconut milk. That also has, I get the one that has 0 grams of sugar. That's one of my favorites. Now I picked up these sweet, alternative sweeteners, and they have a chemical inside of them called erythritol, which is the lowest sugar alcohol based sweeteners in the market. Now, the interesting thing about erythritol that I found was that it's about 6% of the calories of sugar, but it has about 70% of the sweetness, where table sugar has about 4 calories per gram. Xylitol, which is another alcohol sugar, has 2.4 calories per gram, where erythritol has 0.24 calories per gram, so it's very low. They do not spike your blood sugar or your insulin levels, and does not have the effects of other biomarkers that you might be worried about. But in the end, this is my favorite all-time go-to sweetener, which is Nectivia, which is made from organic agave nectar and stevia extract. It has less than 1 gram of sugar, and it tastes the best in my opinion. Though I'm out of it today, we're going to be using the Splenda and the Truvia to kind of make our hot cocoa. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I've got my tea kettle hot, and I've got my cocoa. So this is the cocoa. I put 2 heaping tablespoons of cocoa in there. Now on this one, I've added the Splenda. This one I'm going to add the Truvia to it. Now you can add 1 or 2 depending on how sweet you want it. Just remember that it does add the amount of chemical that you put in your hot chocolate. So we go ahead and I usually just pour a little water in to start with, and then I kind of make a slurry to kind of get all of the hot chocolate mixed up. This is the way I've always made my hot chocolate. So it's really, really thick at that point, you know? I want to make it thick like that to start with. I'm making 2, one for my wife who's shooting the video today, because my boys are off doing something else. All right, and so then I'll go ahead and bring my my hot chocolate level up, not all the way to the top. Now that's a really rich looking chocolate, and I want to add a little bit of creamer to it, so I'm going to add my coconut milk to it, and this is going to kind of cream it up a little bit. Okay, and then, now you can also use like a soy creamer or something like that to it. if you don't want to use any dairy products. Now, whipped topping, I love my hot chocolate with whipped topping, and this only has 1 gram of sugar per serving, so it's very little sugar content. Oh, look at that. Those look delicious, don't they? Before I go, I wanted to talk to you about one of my finds that I like. This 72% cocoa from Ghirardelli's chocolate. Sometimes when I'm having a chocolate fix and I just have to have some chocolate, I'll reach for one of these. Now, only 1 square though. 1 square is only 3 grams of sugar. The higher cocoa content, like you can get the 90, but that gets into like bitter chocolate. This is just sweet enough to enjoy, but not have all the calories or grams of sugar, I should say. You're still gonna get calories from it, but you're not gonna get grams of sugar. See, like if you eat a Snickers bar, I think they're up there, 22 grams of sugar or something like that. But this kind of gives me my chocolate fix. Well, this has been Jammin', the Sunday Chef, hoping you try maybe an alternative hot cocoa mix in your next morning routine. Signing off, hope you enjoy yourself. Bye-bye. If you like this video, why don't you subscribe to our channel? And you can also make some suggestions on other videos you'd like me to make. See you later. Well, I was just about ready to post the video, and Nate came to me this week and said, well, what about chocolate milk? And so I'm gonna show you how to make a really great chocolate milk that is literally sugar-free. So I'm either gonna use the Almond Breeze or the Silk. I kind of like the ones with the coconut in it. So this is the one I'm gonna use. So when I make my chocolate milk, I don't fill it all the way full to start. I only fill it about that full. Then I put my cocoa in. Okay, my kids will tell you this, that this is the perfect way to make your chocolate milk. Now, I'm gonna use my pure stevia extract. This stuff is so powerful, I just use a little bit of it, just like that, okay? Now, what I do is I wanna make a slurry, and if it was full, I could never do this. But because it's not full, now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was, you see it's the cocoa is just going everywhere, and if it was full, I could never do this. So you could do this in your blender with ice and make like a frappuccino or something like that, which is really good. Some people say, well, why don't you just use your protein powder to make, use your protein powder to make chocolate milk, that's fine. But if you're gonna try and make your cocoa with chocolate milk, your protein powder, what I find is the protein powder, because it has whey protein in it, it curdles, and it's not very good. So what you do is you stir this up until you can mix it and kind of make a slurry out of the cocoa and everything like that. And once you get it to a certain point, you can add the rest of your milk into it. So here's, like I said, the blender would probably be a better place to do this with some ice, but that's fine. So once I've got that done, I go ahead and add the rest of my milk, bring it to the point of where I want to have it, and then go ahead and stir it. Now, the cocoa has 0 sugar in it. This particular brand has 0 grams of sugar, and my stevia has 0 grams of sugar. So this is a sugar-free, refreshing chocolate milk. Look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. Beautiful. Well, this is the end of my cocoa video. Nate, I hope you enjoy this, okay? Over and out. I'll end off saying my famous thing. Well, this has been Jammin', the Sunday Chef, hoping you find a little Sunday Chef in you.
someone